So here's the guide for every events, precisely invasions in Terraria. Some of these invasions can occur randomly, while others can be triggered using summoning items or when certain requirements are fulfilled. So first up on the list is Blood Moon. This event has 11.11% chance of occurring during the night time when a player has over 120 health and when there is no full moon. During this event, the spawn rate of enemies are increased on the surface, the zombies are able to open the door, which they are normally not able to. In this event, bunnies, goldfish and penguins will turn into dangerous enemies. The moon, sky, rain and water will turn red during the entirety of this event, and also the screen will turn slightly red. There are also unique enemies to this event which have their spawn rate increased, from whom you can obtain various weapons and items like the Vampire Frog Staff, Blood Rainbow and Money Trough. You can also obtain advanced combat technique by fishing during this event, which increases the attack and defense of NPCs. In this event, every enemy has a chance to drop Blood Tear, which can summon Blood Moon during night. And if you are in hard mode during this event, then the Clown will spawn, which can drop Banana Rank, which is a really good weapon. You can also obtain KO Cannon from enemies killed in Blood Moon during hard mode. And finally, when you fish in hard mode during Blood Moon, then these 4 enemies will have a chance to spawn, which are like mini bosses to this event. And from these mini bosses, you can obtain overpowered weapons, like the Sanguine Staff, which if you have used it, you know how overpowered it is. Also during this event, some NPCs will sell unique items like these, and the Zoologist will turn into a werewolf. And you will not be able to speed up time by sleeping during this event. But what you can do to avoid this event is you can go underground during the entirety of the night, as this event is for surface only. And if the Eye of Cthulhu will spawn that night, then this event won't occur. Or you can summon Frost Moon or Pumpkin Moon to skip Blood Moon. Next up is Goblin Army. In this event, the goblins will invade your house, and for this event to occur, you will have to have 200 health or above, and you will need to destroy 1 Crimson Heart or Shadow Orb. After the spawn conditions are fulfilled, this event for the first time will have 33% chance to occur at a time. Or you can collect 10 Tatter Cloth from Goblin Scout near the world edge to craft Goblin Battle Standard, and using it will trigger Goblin Invasion after you have 200 health or more. And after the first invasion, this event will have 1 out of 30 chance to occur and 1 out of 60 chance to occur in hard mode. This event will summon 120 goblins to defeat you. But if there are more players with 200 health or above, then 40 additional goblins will spawn for each player. And this event requires you to defeat every goblins until the progress bar reaches 100. There are many goblins that can spawn during this event, who have a chance to drop Harpoon or Spike Ball. And if you are in hard mode, then this event will spawn Goblin Summoner, who is a mini boss of this event. And upon killing her, you will get these weapons which are quite amazing. Also, the goblins during this event will be able to break down doors, so staying inside the house is useless. And unlike other events, you can't skip this event, and even after you die, the goblins won't despawn. So you will have to defeat every enemy until the progress bar reaches 100. But this event is a must required event for every playthrough, as after you complete this event, the Goblin Tinkerer will spawn underground randomly near the player, who allows weapons and accessories to be reforged. Also from this NPC, you can purchase Tinkerer Workshop, which can help you combine accessories, and you can also purchase rocket boots, which are essential for most players. Next is Slime Rain. Slime Rain is one of the 2 invasions in Terraria which can't be summoned using items, so this event is purely luck based. This event requires a player to have 140 health and 8 defense, but if a player is in expert mode, then this event can occur even before this criteria, so this event has 4.9% chance to occur randomly and 3.3% chance to occur in hard mode. Also, if the King Slime hasn't been defeated, then this event will have its chance to occur doubled. During this event, the spawn rate of slime is heavily increased, and the background will turn into slime falling from the sky. The pink slime will also have its spawn rate increased, and if you kill 150 slime during this event, then the king slime will spawn, and upon defeating him, the event will stop. But if you have already defeated the king slime, then if you defeat 75 slime, then the king slime will spawn. And if you die to the king slime, the event will still continue. But sometimes even after your death, the king slime will not despawn, and this event will last for 9 to 15 in-game hours. Next up is Old One's Army. Old One's Army is a unique tower defense based event added with the Dungeon Defender 2 crossover. For this event, you will have to defeat the evil boss of your world, and after that the Tavern Keep will spawn randomly near you. From him, you will need to purchase Eternal Crystal and Eternal Crystal Stand. To make this event happen, you will need a flat area, 61 blocks horizontally on each side, and in the middle you will have to place the Eternal Crystal Stand. But before that, click this and purchase the sentry from the Tavern Keep. To activate this event, just click right click with an Eternal Crystal in your inventory. Then place down a sentry. The goal of this event is to protect the crystal in the middle from being destroyed by the enemies. The enemies will come in wave from both sides, each wave with more stronger enemies, and after you defeat enemies, you will gain Ethereal mana, which if you have 10 of, then you will be able to place down another sentry. And after you defeat this event, you will gain Defender Medal, with which you can purchase more powerful sentries or armor. And after you defeat this event once, then you can place down sentries normally according to your sentry capacity, even without the event taking place. And there are 3 tiers to this event. The first tier consists of 5 waves, where the Dark Mage will spawn in the final wave. The second tier requires you to at least defeat one mechanical boss and the first tier event once. The second tier consists of 7 waves where the orc will spawn in the final wave, but the dark mage will not spawn in the second tier event. And after you defeat the second tier, you can purchase more powerful sentries or armor from Tab and Keep. The third tier requires you to defeat Golem and the second tier once. The third tier consists of 7 waves where the dark mage and orc can spawn before the final wave, and in the final wave the Betsy will spawn. But unlike other enemies in this event, the Betsy will attack the player instead of the eternal crystal. As to complete the wave 7 in this tier, you will need to defeat Betsy without dying. And after you defeat Betsy, not only will you get overpowered Betsy items, but also you will be able to purchase more better armor or sentries from the Tab and Keep using the Defender medal. Next up is Torch God event. This event requires you to place 101 torches close to each other to activate it. During this event, you will have to dodge the projectile thrown by the torches until every torch is extinguishes. And after you complete this event, you will gain the Torch God's favor, which is a permanent one-time use item. This item makes it so that any torch you place will match the biome that you are in, which will slightly increase your luck stat and also adds to the ambience of your gameplay. And this item can be only used once per character. Next up is Frost Legion. This is one of the weirdest events in Terraria, as this event can be summoned using the Snow Globe, which has a chance to be obtained from present during hard mode. But the presents can be only found during Christmas event, and this event can never happen naturally. The only thing that this event adds is 3 types of enemies which will invade your world. You will need to defeat about 120 enemies in this event and 40 more for each additional player to complete this event. And the only thing that the enemies in this event will drop is Snow Block. So you can guess that this is one of the most useless event in Terraria, as you cannot even obtain any weapon from this event. But after you defeat this event, the Santa Claus NPC will spawn, who I didn't even knew existed. But this NPC will be only there for December 15 to December 31st. And the only thing he sells is vanity items and decoration items. So if you are into those things, then go for this event. The next event is Solar Eclipse. The Solar Eclipse is a hard mode event where the sun will rise obscured by the moon, which reduces the natural light to a darker level than the night time. This event requires you to defeat at least one mech boss to occur naturally, or you can use solar tablet by crafting it using solar fragments obtained from chest in Jungle Temple. This event takes place from sun rising to sunset, so it lasts for the entirety of the day, regardless if the player dies. During this event, many unique enemies will spawn with heavy spawn rate, and as the name says, there will be a solar eclipse in the background. And if this event takes place after you defeat Plantera, then these new enemies will spawn, among which is Mothron. The Mothron is a mini-boss of this event, which can multiply if you don't destroy the eggs it lays. And if you defeat this mini-boss, then it has a chance to drop Broken Hero Sword, which is one of the items to craft Terra Blade. It can also drop Eye of Cthulhu and Mothron Wings. You can also obtain various weapons by killing enemies in this event, like Death Sickle, Psycho Knife, Nail Gun, etc. And some NPCs will have additional items to sell in their shop, like the Cyborg will sell Rocket 4 and Cluster Rocket 2. The Steampunker will also sell Evil Solution of your world. But if you want to skip this event, then you can stay underground or use a sundial to skip it. Next up is Pirate Invasion. This event will spawn pirate themed enemies to your spawn. For this event to occur, you will have to defeat Wall of Flesh and you will need to at least have 200 health. You also need to destroy one altar. This event will last until you defeat every enemy till the progression bar reaches 100%. You can also manually summon this event by using Pirate Map, which has 1% chance to be obtained from any enemy killed near the ocean. This event will spawn enemies unique to this event in high number. There is also a mini boss in this event, the Pirate Captain, who has a lot of health, and upon killing him will spawn the ghost who can travel through blocks. There is also Flying Dustman, which is the main boss of this event. This boss will shoot cannonball at you while also dropping some pirate enemies. And from this event you can obtain items like discount card, pirate staff, coin gun and many other items. And after you defeat this event, the pirate NPC will spawn in an empty house, who sells pirate theme items. Next up is Pumpkin Moon. This is a Halloween theme event where Halloween theme enemies will spawn. You can summon this event during night time by using a Pumpkin Moon Medallion, which can be crafted using 30 pumpkin, 10 hallowed bar and 5 ectoplasm. So you'll need to defeat Plantera to summon this event. During this event, the moon will turn into a pumpkin moon. This event heavily increases the spawn rate of unique enemies that are from this event. And this event consists of 20 waves, each wave spawning more and more difficult enemies. And there are 2 bosses in this event, Morning Wood and the Pumpkin. These bosses drop really good items and weapons, like the Horseman's Blade and the Raven's Staff. Even the enemies killed during this event drop really good items. The enemies also drop Spooky Wood, which can be used to craft spooky armor, which is one of the best summoner armor. In this event, even if you die a lot, the event will still continue, as this event will stop only after it becomes daytime. Next up is Frost Moon. This event is a Christmas theme event, which will spawn unique and hard enemies in wave. You can summon this event during night time by using a naughty present, crafted using 20 silk, 5 ectoplasm and 5 souls of fright. The enemies in Frost Moon will come in wave up to 20 wave. Each wave will get progressively harder than the previous wave. This event will heavily increase the spawn rate of enemies of this event, and the enemies will not despawn even after the death of the player. And the moon will turn into Snowman's face for the entirety of this event. Bosses such as Everscream, Santa NK1 and Ice Queen will spawn during this event with various other enemies, and some of the enemies deal so much damage which will most likely get you killed so many times. But the enemy drops from this event are extremely overpowered, as you can get weapons like Razor Pine, Blizzard Staff, North Pole, Chain Gun and Christmas Tree Sword. And this event will end when it becomes daytime. So it is a night surface only event. Second to last is Martian Madness. Martian Madness is a post-golem event which summons enemies from the outer space. To make this event happen, you will need to find a Martian probe which are usually found in the space. And if you are near it, then it will detect you and try to run away after a second. And if the Martian probes runs away successfully, then the Martian Madness event will occur. This event consists of 10 different enemies and a mini boss, Flying Saucer. To complete this event, you will need to defeat enemies till the progress bar reaches 100%. And you will need to be really careful from the attack of Flying Saucer, as one of its beam attack can take halfway of the way in an instant. But you can get really good weapons and items from this event. Like you can obtain Xeno Staff, Cosmic Car Key, Charge Blast Cannon, Laser Machine Gun, Xeno Popper. You can also obtain other various weapons. You can also obtain Martian Vanity items from the enemies in this event. But if there is even one Celestial Pillar in your world, then the Martian probe won't be able to spawn. And finally we have Lunar Events. The Lunar Event is the final event a player needs to do before they fight the final boss. And the Lunar Event will occur immediately after you defeat Lunatic Cultist. During this event, you will have to defeat 100 pillar specific enemies at each 4th pillar. The 4th pillar being Solar Pillar, Stardust Pillar, Nebula Pillar and Vortex Pillar. After you defeat each pillar, you can obtain the fragment of that pillar, which you can use it to craft overpowered weapons with the help of an ancient manipulator, or you can save it to craft your final class specific armor or other things after you defeat Moonlord. But the pillar enemies will be tough even if you have the near endgame gear, so be prepared to die like a lot. And this is the most event to progress in Terraria, so every player has to do it, because after you defeat every pillar, then the final boss Moonlord will spawn after 1 minute. And these were all the events in Terraria, rather all the invasions in Terraria. Anyway, thanks for watching, subscribe for more videos, and here are some other guides for Terraria to make your Terraria journey a lot better and easier.